crap. Not the damn thing where I forgot to leave the microphone on. I've been yapping for the last 6 minutes. The microphone on. Dark Lord, I'm so sorry, but I'm ruining your day. Stop running. Oh, move it. Whoa, 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 guys. I got the dragon as my friend. The dragon is my backup. This is a 2v1 actually. Whoa. This is very interesting. Oh wow, he managed to take out the dragon. Oh, there's another one. Oh, this doesn't look good for me. Dang. GG, fellas. Good one. Wow, that was crazy. Once they took out the dragon, I knew it was over for me though. Awesome. Good one, guys. That was a good first invasion. Even though I didn't succeed technically. But I'm just happy that I got the microphone to function. I've been doing that really bad habit where I start the stream and I'm already rocking and rolling and all that whatnot, but I forget that the microphone isn't even on. Oh, I'm so mad at myself right now. Okay. Well, let me pretend like I'm starting from the top. Welcome to the stream. It's the Elden Bully here, and let me just say that I'm really happy to be here with you guys. It's more just to get my thoughts and opinions out there into the ether of what is the internet, and to see if there's anybody who feels the same or whatever have you. But with that being said, I'm gonna go off of the topics that listed on the title, and then after that, I'm gonna read a transcript for Soul Soulsborne PvP, a culture of cope, Eldenring by Paul Aden. Paul Aden is a really good. He's a YouTube creator, primarily for Eldenring PvP content, and I've been really digging his essays, as you would put it, I guess. And I'm really gonna deep dive and analyze it today with y'all. But before we get into that part, which is gonna be towards the end of the stream, today's build is I've been experimenting a lot more in the Colosseum, so this is more like a Colosseum hybrid invasion build. So we have the Rumi, followed by the Scarlet Shot Throw, Claws of Night, and then we have the Clean Rot Sword with the Ash War of Stormblade. And I can get more into the logistics, but our talismans for today, I'm going to switch this out, of course, is going to be the Crimson Seed Talisman +1, followed by the Erd Tree Favor +2, then the Shard of Alexander to increase the power of our Ashes of War, followed by the Crimson Member Medallion +3. I actually might switch out the Shard of Alexander for something else. I like to have a little bit more versatility as far as in battle, but for the time being, I really want to try it out as far as in like how much juice I can get out of these Ashes of War. Honestly, I don't really tend to use Ashes of War as my source of my primary source of damage. It's usually just my Rumi charged heavies or any two-handed weapon with a charged heavy attack. Usually my go-to. Even something like the Clean Rot Sword charged heavy is pretty useful if you know how to time it correctly. Hello, how are you? I have a problem with my headphones, so I can't hear you. Can you reply me in chat? And I would really appreciate it. Hey, I'll give it my best shot. I'll say hello. Hi. I wish I knew sign language, but I don't. I wish I knew sign language. Language. Oh my goodness, my spelling is terrible. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to. Unfortunately for you, it really sucks that your headphones not working. But I I can only extrapolate so much. But thank you so much, Athena B, for joining today. Shout out to you. Even though it's gonna be a little bit limited as far as my responses towards you personally, but I'll give it my best shot. Okay, just to be frank with you. Um, so like I've been saying, the first thing that has really been on my mind more or less has been this talk of an Elden Ring movie, and I think it's not very wise. um, so with that being said, I pulled out an article from the source. I'm gonna read the source of the web link, of course, not the full thing, well, to some degree. But basically go off of that and just give you my consensus cold read. Now, the thing is that there is no concrete evidence about any of this stuff. It's all just take everything that I say with a grain of salt. Nothing here is bare bones reality, okay? I'm not even here, okay? None of this is real. Okay, I'm an AI, I'm a robot, whatever have you, right? Uh, I, you lucky, Athena, that I'm a nice guy because I can only split my attention so far, and it usually irks me to do so. But like I said, you're lucky I'm being kind, at least for the moment. But go ahead and ask whatever you like. Can only accommodate y'all to a certain degree. But this is for me, not for y'all, okay? Okay. So what I got here is a link to the source here is called how did I know Athena was gonna say something about artwork? No thanks, Athena. I appreciate the offer, but I have my own sources of getting that kind of stuff done when I need it. Okay, so the source for this is the Direct, and this is from thedirect.com/article/Elden Ring movie. Um, Elden Ring movie. First details revealed, and it sounds perfect. "Quote unquote" rumor. Okay? In parentheses, should I say. Rumor. An Elden Ring movie is apparently moving into production next year, with the perfect director reportedly attached by Nathan Johnson. Posted May 6, 2025. A film adaptation of Elden Ring reportedly found its director and studio, and fans would be pleased to learn that these first details sound absolutely perfect. After Elden Ring took the video game world by storm and won multiple awards, including the Game of the Year awards, rumors suggested that a feature film was in the early development based on the video game. Co-writer George R. R. Martin, A Song of Ice and Fire, added fuel to those reports in February after revealing there were discussions of making an Elden Ring movie. Curse you, George! Hey, Carla. Thank you, Carla VTuber, for joining me today. I'm doing good. I am reading chat, but I'm actually trying to read an article and get my 2 cents based on what's going on and like the world of Elden Ring and whatever have you. You know what I mean? Um, but thank you so much, Carla, for joining me. Um, oh, I can hear, yeah, I can hear that. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, we do have a bot, I think, by the name of Athena, but I could be wrong. But shout out to Athena, shout out to Carla VTuber, two people in the chat. Uh, yeah, seems like a bot. You let me know because I can't really tell anymore. I can't tell the difference. Hey, I think it spotted me near to the host, so let's hope that I got a good transportation. All right, all right. But yeah, Carla, I hope you're having a good one. I hope you're doing well. I have a feeling that the host might be hiding. See, it's quiet. Too quiet. Yeah, he's just copy pasting liners, I think. Yeah, I've been noticing they're all basically the same kind of lines too. They're always the same. This, nope. Dang. They're hiding somewhere. I'm gonna find them. Ah, okay. Indicator shine this way. Hmm. Could they be one of these statues? Hmm. Yeah, well, a real person would never reach out like that. You know, I tell myself that all the time. Why would you reach out to somebody in the middle of a stream? Like, like, what is the odds of that actually working? You know what I mean? I think it's pretty slim to none. I personally wouldn't bite, but you know what I mean? There is that old granny out there who seems like, oh, this seems like a great idea. Okay, they're hiding from me. You can tell they're no words and patterns. Yeah, for real. Man, where is this guy hiding? Is he up there? There's no way. I heard something. I heard something. Oh, I am really dumb. They were inside of that dang shack thing right in front of me that leads down. So they were below me instead of above me. Oh, sometimes finding people in the middle of invasions is a little tough. That's actually most of the. Sometimes it turns from a invasion to a game of hide and seek or prop hunt. You know what I mean? um, Last thing that I said, the last line of the last paragraph I read was co-writer George R. R. Martin, A Song of Ice and Fire, added fuel to those reports in February after revealing there were discussions of making an Elden Ring movie. According to Nexus Point News, Alex Garland is attached to direct the Elden Ring movie and will partner with A24. The report also detailed that it will be Gerard's next film and will go into production sometime in 2026. Many will find Garland perfect for the role due to his successful filmography, which spans multiple genres. Dang it. I wanted this invasion to come through. A24 also seems like the perfect studio to be attached to the project, as some of its other films centered around similar elements that Elden Ring is known for. What the heck? I mean, what, like Midsummer? I don't know. Maybe I'm just making assumptions. I know A24 for certain movies, but like a franchise like Elden Ring and A24, that's out of nowhere. Um, I was just wondering. I can't see any logo on your banner and your Twitch and profile for no reason. Help out. Thanks, Carla, but I appreciate it, but no thanks. I can always take care of that kind of stuff myself. I don't need a. I have a logo. I do have a logo. Maybe you just don't see it. Can look my logo on my banner or any banner on your Twitch. Banner? I swear I have a banner. What are y'all talking about? You guys always say I don't have a banner. There's a banner right there. Like, I'm sorry, Carla, but no. You might as well. It's bots versus bots. I see. Oh, well, there's a bot war going on that I'm not very aware of. Okay. Um, Garland has written and directed widely successful films such as Civil War, Annihilation, and Ex Machina. J- Garland has collaborated with A24 on multiple occasions: Warfare, Civil War, and Men, which only furthers the notion that the Elden Ring movie is in good hands. And then they have a picture of Alex Garland right there next to the Elden Ring logo. Not bad, not bad. And he looks like a well put together fellow. Um, it is worth mentioning. All right, we got another invasion. Hopefully this one goes smoothly. Haven't been so far. It's been a little bit of a toss up. It is worth mentioning that Nexus Point News did take down the article on its website roughly 1 hour after breaking the news. It is unclear that the moment why at the moment why this story was removed from their website. That's interesting. Well, it's because it's stupid. That's probably a good reason why they removed it, right? But I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just trying to cope. That's a little hint to the next part of this stream. We are a culture of cope in the Elden Ring invasion fandom. To some degree. Not fully. I like to smile and have a good time, you know what I mean? But as far as in the Elden Ring movie, I welcome the idea. I welcome it. But do I, as an actual person who plays Elden Ring, you know, as an actual player, I'm not gonna tell my friends to go out of their way to go watch this in the movie theater with me. It's probably one of those experiences that I can only like justify to myself. I hate to be going down memory lane and re-embarking those past memories of mine. But when I was a younger man, you know what I mean? And back in my younger days, I was a big fan of The Walking Dead. Still am. But The Walking Dead is no longer what it used to be. But back in the day when it finally hit the crescendo, as you would say, season I think it was season 8 finale, the end of the Savior War, All Out War. There was a movie premiere for it, also with the premiere of Fear the Walking Dead's new season, with Morgan Jones doing a crossover, more like a crossover event, if you could even call it that. And my friends went. They were really nice and supportive. All my heart's out to them. They all went, but as far as in like having a good time, I can't say they did have a good time. We'd smoked and drank and you know, enjoyed each other's company. But I can't say they enjoyed the show, you know what I mean? I heard a lot of what's going on? I don't know who this is. You know what I mean? A lot of that. Hey.
Hey.
Wanna have an honor duel? Hunter Sheen Finn. Alright, let's do this. Oh man, we have a wizard. Alright, let's do it. Why am I fat rolling? Oh, 1401.
Hey.
GG guy. That was a good one. That was an honorable hunter right there. And a good thing too that he came when he did, because now I know at least that my fit is too big. There we go. We got a normal roll back. Alright. I really like the Verdigris chest piece as far as in the fashion souls aspect of it. And it's really practical as far as in like its uses, you know what I mean? I'm still having a hard time finding this host. Where is he? Is he a tree? No. Is he a bush? No. Is he hiding somewhere? More likely than not. Is he hiding in the tower somewhere? Sound like a fellow Seaward enjoy. Oh, he must be in here.
Hey.
Hi, Daniel and Kabuto.
Hey.
My lord. Care for some battle? Honorable battle? Alright. Once I see them coming at me, that's when I know it's on. I don't mind the 2-on-1. You guys can come both at me at the same time. You ready? set, go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go! Woo! You're going first, Daniel. Oh. Ah. Fingerprint shield, huh? Interesting. Oh, he got some moves there. Oh, okay. That shield is like cancerous, I see. Uh-huh. I gotta kind of come up with a plan. This is the best that I got. Let's hope it works. Hiya! Oh, that did not work out well. GG, Daniel. Oh, man. Okay, now I kind of have an idea that I have to reintegrate the Sword of Night into my loadout to some degree. Because I have to really take into account those dang shield builds. I haven't really been running into them too much in the Coliseum, because who uses a shield in there, right? But now you see. Now it just kind of gets into like what Eldenring is, who the potential director is also for the movie, the fact that they took down the rumors of it in the actual website, and the other aspects about it being an actual possibility. So I'm gonna kind of work my way to the bottom and just kind of summarize, get to the very last paragraph of this article. Essentially, Elden Ring is a fantasy drama with horror aspects. It is hard to imagine a better director slash studio combination to take an adaptation of it than Alex Garland and A24. Nah, yes, I also kind of agree on that aspect too. Let's just hope that it lives up to the expectations that people have for it. I don't know. There's a lot of things to it that in it's hard to summarize one emotion, one kind of feeling that you could get from something like Elden Ring, but inspiring would probably be the best one that I could put. So they kind of probably integrate that feeling into the movie to some degree, right? So if I feel that by the time I walk out of that movie theater when that movie is ever released, and I feel that way, then I'll say they succeeded, right? All right. Next topic on the agenda. Let me see. All right. Here are my predictions, more or less, on the aftermath. And what I mean by the aftermath of Nightrein. What I mean by that exactly is, look, I know Nightrein is a really good game. It's gonna be It's gonna be successful to some degree, right? But the love your game. Let's collab. Add me on Discord. Hey, A3, nice. What's up? Hey, the busy man. How'd you end up finding time not to be busy? Welcome to the stream. If I get the W for the next round, that one goes out to you. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers. Yeah, I'm busy, man. Unable to summon cooperator, and there's already a two-man team. Hey, Gallica and Angelica. All right. They seem pretty friendly to some degree. Will they attack me? Oh yeah. The flies. Why? Why flies? Flies suck. I hate the flies. Don't do it. Oh, really? Dishonest. Oh, barely not enough. Sorry. That was pretty rude. Bye.
Hey!
GG. I was zoned in. Oh, my day's going well. Thank you for asking, busy man. I really appreciate it. Sorry, I was a little locked in there. I was really focusing on that W. That one's for you, busy man. I know you're a really busy guy. So I made sure I got that W just for y'all. All right, all right. Let's see how seamless the next invasion will be. All right, as I was trying to get at, what I mean by aftermath for Nightrein is like my predictions of how things will go after the game is released, like the general consensus of like uh, one of my predictions to get more into like what I'm trying to talk about, what I mean by that, right, is the invasion to player ratio is gonna really fluctuate once Nightrein is released, and most of what we have right now is in the player base that is currently enjoying Eldenring and the open world. You know what I mean? Uh, Single player base. Those who are not playing solely Coliseum. You know. Uh, a lot of those players who enjoy the single player experience with a little splash of co-op, those are the guys more likely that you're not gonna see that much anymore in the lands between, and mostly in the world of Nightreign. And with that, it doesn't have me concerned, but it does have me thinking what kind the it may make people a little bit more serious as far as their approach. All right, Carrion Manor. Ooh. We're downstairs? Hmm. Why do I feel like they're above me? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I have a feeling they're not even in here. I have a feeling they might be like outside or something. Let's try the Phantom Fingers, even though they hardly work. In my opinion, they're not the best. But it is what it is. We're gonna make do with what we got. We even lose our iframes. Oh, there they are! Nice. It was a good one. Host Jill, Nova, the Sunbro. As soon as they hear me endure, they usually back it up a little bit. Blended me. Yep. I see the plan there was to distract me while they took out the giant. I should have really worked on backing up the giant there and giving him more of a chance. Oh well, live and learn, right? This ain't the Coliseum, you know. Can't just isolate one person and expect to win. Plus, the level varies a lot more drastically on the streets, as I say, than in the Coliseum. In the Coliseum, it's a lot more streamlined as far as what people are trying to do, how things get done. Oh yeah, but it was a good fight, guys. GG. All right. So yeah, the player base is gonna be very different once Nightrein comes out, right? And I think it could benefit us in a certain way, and by us I mean like people who are still playing like the PvP aspects of Elden Ring and kind of more have more of a handle on what's going on game wise, right? Less of a peop. I think because it's gonna be a little bit more of an expansive experience, peop there would be more of a less limited mindset when approaching Elden Ring. You know what I mean? Not oh I pick up game, press L2 and win the game. No. Or I pick up game and I summon my friends and they beat the game for me. Um, at least with that idea of having Nightrein, those kind of players with that level of mindset can go toward that direction, and I think that's kind of the idea behind Nightrein. Not trying to talk down on the potential experience or the people who want that kind of experience. Don't get, I'm still gonna be. You're gonna see me. We're gonna be here. Y'all gonna be here with me watching me streaming Night Rain more likely than not. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is that the experience is gonna be different for everybody, even those who don't play Night Rain. Okay? If you don't play Night Rain and you're still playing Elden Ring, you're gonna still feel the aftermath and the effects of Night Rain in the player base where you're probably gonna end up running into less Kevins. You know what I mean? Maybe more. I could be wrong. Maybe it could bring on the whole another audience into Elden Ring, and we have even more of the brain dead players. You know what I mean? Ooh, a team of three. How are you gonna be the host? You're in red.
Hey!
Hi, guy. Stupid MF. Mr. Bleep.
Hey!
My lord. I like the blue. Alright. I'm gonna buff up, and they can get the idea once I start buffing up. I mean, fight's gonna be on right now. Let's do this. Nice. GG, guy. Woo! My lord. That was a good fight, guys. That was a good fight. Vibing with your stream, gang. Got friends who love to join next time. Add me on Discord, Stormy49. Hey, Spesudo 2. Thank you so much for those kind words. I would love to have you guys come through. If you guys are playing Elden Ring, just let me know. I'll drop my player password, and you guys can. I'll let you guys summon me to your world, and we go at it. I'm always down for a 1v1. All right. Um, I don't know about like hanging and do. I'm not really a vibing kind of person. I still like to fly solo, but I'm always open to playing with others. You know what I mean? Kind of funny in that way. You know what I mean? No, dishonest. How dare you fogwall me? How dare you? Okay. Um. Another thing about Night Rain that I've been thinking about a little bit more is like it's gonna bring in a lot more people that are not aware of certain aspects of Elden Ring, like the PvP, and I hope it does help at least bring some attention to it. Um, because it'll be very linear as far as in I doubt that you'll have any player esque enemies in Elden Ring. I could be wrong, you know. But by that I mean like characters like Gideon or something like that. Somebody who can still kind of mechanically evenly match you on a fight. Oh, they're gonna fog wall me. Dishonest. Go ahead. Walk through your little fog. You monsters. You cowards. Ugh. Um, also, Spesudo too. Stormy49. I would love to add you on Discord, but I honestly, just to be really frank, I don't use Discord. If you want, you could always add and find me via Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, here on stream, on Twitch, and YouTube. Okay. So yeah, check me out on those platforms, and just know I do have a Discord, but I hardly ever, rarely use it. So good luck trying to reach me via that way. As far as in the aftermath for Nightrein, I think that kind of sums that up. There could be more things about that kind of topic down the line, but more or less, that's kind of like the gist of what I was trying to get at, as far as in like what are the potential my predictions for the next couple of years after Nightrein or whatever. You know, it could be a more of an. I think it's definitely gonna feel like a gradual build to evolution, but it could also just be like a snap, like an instantaneous kind of change. But who knows? You know, we'll find out after May 30th. Uh, Michael Craven 33. Hey, your energy is incredible. I'd love to support you as a fan. Join your community and connect on your next broadcast. Add me on Discord. Blah 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 blah. Hey man, thanks, Michael Craven 33. I would love to add you on Discord. How about you? Find me on Discord. Add me. Look for me on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, and all that other stuff. I don't use Discord. I have one, but I don't use it as often. But thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate it, and I hope you're having a good one. All right. So the next topic that I have on the list is one that really I've been really picking at a lot lately in the back of my mind, as it's kind of hard to put into like black and white terms, but my I have a hard line belief that the vanilla version of a video game on the console is the intended design of the video game. If you buy a game that is designed for, I guess, like a PC, and it has different mechanics, it's kind of made for you to like mod and whatever, all that's cool. But to me, Elden Ring on PC is not a true experience if you're adding mods to it to make it different from what it was supposed to be. And by that I mean, I don't trust a lot of the PC Elden Ring players, because they've been a lot more than lately been known to bend the rules to their own liking. No- and at first, I was real I was more on. I was actually kind of on board with the idea, because of the concept of a mod called seamless co-op, and it basically makes a place, an area in the lights between, kind of like an open server, where you can openly use torrent, you can use. It's a lot more easy on the players, even the invaders, which is actually where I'm trying to get at. Um, the thing with seamless co-op that bothers me is that it gives so much power towards the host, and their friends, way more than normal. Um, I'm not saying that really does diminish from the experience, but hear me out. The thing is that when you have three host-like characters who are riding on torrents, you really do limit yourself in the potential of like actually succeeding in that invasion. Don't get me wrong; it's not like it's impossible, but it's definitely not going to be like the vanilla version of Elden Ring is a lot more player capable. You know what I mean? All right, all right. This is not the conventional invasion like area, but we'll make do with what we got. I see laser beams, so I'm expecting a lot of lasers. Be Kind Rewind, what's up? Welcome. Love to see you in the stream. Oh, the host couldn't make the jump. I feel for him. I kind of felt like something was gonna happen like that. I'm doing good, Be Kind. Thank you so much for joining. I'm really happy to see you come through, man. So, I would love to hear your opinion as far as in this topic. Chilling free right now. If y'all need runes or weapons, nah, for sure, for sure. Uh, like I said, thank you for joining. If you wanna chime in with your opinion on this next topic that I'm trying to discuss right now, uh, more or less, it's like is is basically Elden Ring PC versus PlayStation 5. So I pulled up a Reddit thread, and it says, let me see. My PC is a Ryzen 7 RTX 37 and 16 gigabytes of RAM. So they're trying to say this is what I got to work with. Should I play Elden Ring on it? Technically, the PC graphics, etc., will probably be better. I prefer slouching it on the couch, gaming on the large TV, and to sitting behind a desk and PC screen as I do all day working. But that may just be me. There we go. Um, that's something that I wasn't considering as far as in the drawback from playing PC games. I think that really is probably like a substantial drawback to it. It's better on PC because you can mod it to give it infinite playability, and PC is just stronger. However, my PS5 runs it fine. No, it's. I don't really think the debate isn't about like how it runs. You know what I mean? In fact, I think Elden Ring, the fact that Elden Ring can even run on a PS4 should be more than enough to tell you that it's not hard to run. But the drawbacks to me are too substantial. If you have something if you have Elden Ring modded with seamless co-op, you're really not playing the same game anymore. You know what I mean? It's those limitations that add to the actual game. In my opinion, this is all my opinion, okay? But console vanilla versions of games is the true experience if you're trying to make an argument as far as that whole thing goes. Because once you start adding mods to a video game, it's no longer what it was intended to be. Sure, it's probably better in some aspects. Sure, there are things that you could mod in the game that probably would never get touched by the actual developers, which is, it says a lot. But at the same time, uh, vanilla version of a video game is really what the developers once they took their hands off of the video game, they said, okay, it's done. That's it. You know what I mean? If you're adding mods to the game and and I hate to say it, you're cheating yourself. You know what I mean? You're cheating yourself. You're cheating in the game towards others because you're cheating yourself. You understand? Don't get me wrong. I unfortunately have awoken to the idea that there's still cheaters in the vanilla version of Elden Ring, but they're not as rampant as they are in. Okay, waves of gold came out of nowhere, but the host is on the other side. Oh, this invasion's gonna be interesting. Okay, I got time to buff up. Yeah, you're right, but Elden Ring as a whole is not like Dark Souls 3. Excuse me. I'm gonna read your comment right now. Be kind and right. I do kind of agree with you. That's the thing. The Elden Ring is not Dark Souls 3. You're definitely right on that front. There goes one. Okay, that was not bad. Took out beef. Where's the beef? I'll tell you where the beef is. It's gone. Don't do this to yourself. Oh, there goes best friend. I took out your best friend. Ha ha ha. Because I am the villain. I am the evil bully. Aw, dude. I feel for you, man. Don't wave the gold me. Don't you dare wave the gold me. Sword of Night attack. Ooh, GG. My lord. Nice fight. Good one, guys. Y'all put up a really good fight. A little bit more organized next time, you really would have had me, but I came in ready. Okay. So Be Kind Rewind says, yeah, you are right. But Eldenring was as a whole is not Dark Souls 3. Not Dark Souls 3. And there's a lot more mods on this than Dark Souls 3 because the game could have been tweaked and been fine. No, you're absolutely right. You know, the reason I feel like there are so much mods to Elden Ring compared to Dark Souls 3 is because Dark Souls 3 was made in a time where mods was still kind of a newer concept in video games. The minute Elden Ring dropped, there was already a whole bunch of channels coming out with modded versions of the game where it's been modded to hell. You know what I mean? You get to play against, Thomas the Train, and you get to play as Shrek, all that kind of stuff, and I love it. I love that aspect. But there's also aspects where you're like, it's just totally broken. I love it. I love the brokenness of the video game. But if you do something like that in Dark Souls 3, it just feels funny. It just feels weird. You know what I mean? Kind of pointless. You know what I mean? But in Elden Ring, it works. You know, if you're modding the game for shits and giggles, fine. That's cool. You know what I mean? But I don't really see a lot of people in, like, let's go back to Dark Souls 3, right? As a concept. I don't really imagine a lot of people modding Dark Souls 3 as a way to make it more functional player-wise. You know what I mean? I feel like Dark Souls 3 was fine-tuned to, like you said, to a point where it doesn't need to be modded. But Elden Ring needed those little, you know what I mean? To make it work a little bit more. Yeah, because the game is fine, and there's infinite possibilities in Elden Ring. Exactly. It's just so big. It is enormous. Actually, you know, not trying to compare too much of, like, you know, apples and oranges, you know what I mean? But we have something like Dark Souls, right? Dark Souls is pretty dang linear, you know what I mean? There's a point A and a point B, maybe a point C in the middle, you know what I mean? Elden Ring is just, here's the map. Good luck, you know what I mean? You can finish the game in an hour or two, you know, if you really know how to speedrun the thing, you know? Yeah, no. If you're trying to have a true experience, stick to the vanilla version, and then from then on, go from there. You know what I mean? Oh, don't fog wall me! Don't fog wall me! Don't fog wall me! Ooh, these guys are actually pretty well organized. Ooh, Boss of Night. Not bad, not bad. I like it. Who's the host though? Lady Astoria, or is it Ash over here? I'm gonna go off on a limb and say it's probably Lady over here. Yeah, he got me with a headshot there. Oh, come on, guy. This is fun. Oh, they got a hunter on their side. Oh, this is not looking good for me. No, they're blendering me to the corner. It's over! GG, guys. Yeah, do your little victory dance. Great. But if I got okay, Be Kind Rewind says there are similarities, and the game is great vanilla. Yeah, and that goes for both Dark Souls, all the Dark Soul games, and all of the and Elden Ring. But if I got to pick my weapon, I'd trade in for a PC. Yeah, no, for sure. All of them. No, for sure. You know, it's funny. Um, a thing that stood out to me from taking a little bit of a closer look into the Tarnished Edition for Elden Ring, because I'm like, what would be the reason for somebody who already has everything in Elden Ring to get the Tarnished Edition, right? What's the difference? What's new? What's really new? What are we getting from like the vanilla version of the game? Well, apparently we're getting new starting classes. I haven't really looked at them too much, but I'm gonna say rumors because of the I haven't really looked at the logistical parts of it. Um, you'll be able to start out with certain weapon classes that you would take with certain weapons that would take you a very long or hard time to get to. I hear that the Milady is supposed to be a weapon, a starting weapon for one of the new classes that are going to be introduced for uh, uh, Elden Ring: The Tarnished Edition. Um, I'm having a hard time. It's not coming to mind right this moment when the Tarnished Edition will drop. I would even say it would be smart for FromSoft to release the Tarnished Edition before they release the Switch 2 version of Elden Ring, so at least they can make a little bit of business from that first, and then go into that other stuff. Okay, that's a cash grab though. No, for sure. But that's like you're talking about the people who strictly don't play PC. They're gonna do that. For one, they're already gonna go with the Tarnished Edition, not only because you get to play start off with a certain weapon class, right? Also, I hear that there's gonna be a new armors to go with the game. I think it might be more of an aesthetic thing, but of course there's gonna have to be like stats to the armor, and I'm gonna imagine that they're gonna be a little bit different from like what the something stat wise would be in base game. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna make a really random guess and say that there's gonna probably be a Solaire, uh, but potentially a Solaire armor set you can get at the starting class. That would be freaking funny. Yeah, it does seem a little cash grabby though, but only if you're not brand new. Yeah, no, for real. It's pretty cool though. No, for real, for real. I'm just excited to see what they're trying to give us. You know what I mean? Yep, Nightrein is dropping Solaire. You can even be the hunter from Bloodborne. Oh man, my approach is not working. I need to come up with a better plan. Oh man, this teams of three are just mean. Mean, I say. See what I mean? Oh my god, I'm on the back foot today. Oh, where's this attack? No! If I can take down one, I'll be happy. No! Oh, those laser beams. Yeah. GG, guys. GG. Good teamwork. Yeah, Nightrein is doing Solaire. We get to play as our old friend, the Sunbro. We also have how do I say I'm gonna call him the main character for Dark Souls 2. Um, his armor set should be available also for Nightrein. The Hunter from Bloodborne also is going to be available in Nightrein as a playable, I'm going to say skin. You know what I mean? So there we have that to look forward to. But back to the topic of PC versus vanilla of Elden Ring. Another reply on this Reddit thread says, you could hook up your PC to the TV and play games with the PS controller, right? And use your phone as an air mouse keyboard, wireless peripherals and all. Oh, peripherals and all. Oh, okay, that sounds pretty good. Yes, I could, or I should say, I know it's technically possible. Never tried it. It is, for me, so much less effort to just hit X button on top of the Elden Ring icon on the PlayStation 5 home screen, rather than carrying the PC from my office to the living room and hook it up to the TV. I was just pointing out that the ease to use of a console has benefits over the possible but not likely to technical superiority of a gaming PC. Whoa! That reply. It doesn't matter what you have, the base vanilla game as a whole is the same regardless. And I do move my console a lot. Oh my god. I could only imagine you being the cool guy at the party, pulling up with your PS5 and be like, alright, I brought Mortal Kombat. Who got next game? You know what I mean? Oh, that sounds like a great time. Be kind. I would really love to invite you to a party. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And it's another thing. Like, I'm not trying to tell you guys too much about my own personal life, but the other day I was at my one of my relatives' house, and we were just chilling, and just bringing it up nonchalantly. He tells me, "Hey, you want to play Mario Party?" I'm like, "Sure." Yeah, it was a little bit of a meh thing getting the controllers to work correctly at first, but once everything started rocking and rolling, it was great. You know what I mean? And not trying to credit too much Nintendo for this, but the what I'm trying to say is that consoles are designed for consumers that have a limited technical know-how, and more or less make it streamlined more of a streamlined experience. So with that in tow, it makes it a lot more convenient to just sit down and rot on your couch playing your video games. You know what I mean? Me and my friends would get plastered and play Smash Bros. Oh, I can only imagine, dude. I remember back in those good old days when I first learned to wave dash as an actual that was too much of a skill level thing at the time. But once I ran into other people who knew how to wave dash and or the edging when the clips and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm not as good as I thought I was. But yeah, man. Let's see. There's another reply. Depending on the layout of your home, a long HDMI cable may do the trick. Use USB cables / splitters if your peripherals are wired or the signal does not reach. Okay. Of course, in fact, I noticed in recent years a rise in demand of simplicity as opposed to utility. I much prefer utility, so that makes me a bit sad once companies are oversimplifying their products. Just don't have to carry your PC anywhere. Hooking it up with a long cable and mirroring the screen would suffice to use it from both locations simultaneously, if you so choose. To each his own, I say. And that's valid. That's very valid. Most of these replies, this is all from 2 years ago. The reply, one of the replies is from a year ago. Yeah, let me just buy a 50-foot HDMI cable to run from my office upstairs down to the TV in the living room, because having cables running all over the house is totally the reasonable thing to do. The sarcasm is radiating so much from that comment. You can move the tower. Oh, okay. My goodness. This thread is pretty freaking hilarious. Alright, Crumbling Missoula. Alright. You gotta always watch your step when you invade into a place like this. You never know where you're gonna fall off of the edge of a cliff or something. I have a bad feeling this is not gonna be not a very seamless invasion on my part. It's a pain and heavier. No, for real. I can only, yeah. The other day I was asking that same friend relative to like, hey, you want to play something on the PlayStation? He's like, nah, let's play it on the Switch. Oh, what was I thinking? I didn't even give myself a little chance. It's because as soon as I see them getting close to the fog, I feel like I have to just get in there, get in that mess. But GG guys, GG. Yeah, moving the tower can just be a real pain, and I do see a lot of these recommendations to. I got wrecked. Yeah, totally wrecked. I'm gonna learn my lesson eventually, but just not today. Not right now. It's too much fun. Trying to potentially ruin somebody's day. I like to do something called host sniping. I aim for the host if I can. You know what I mean? Usually they're pretty aggressive. I've been running into a lot of aggressive hosts, but that's usually when they're playing a melee build and not running a mage build and just shooting me with laser beams. I'm on too, by the way. Oh, for sure, for sure. All right, grave snipe playing. I see them. I see one. Oh, I see the other one. Never assume that it's a team of one. Never assume it's just two. And never assume that it's a lone host. Always assume that it's more than one. I see one guy. He looks like a real tanky fellow. Let me say hi. I like to introduce myself and be kind. Is it gonna be a 2-on-1? I'm doing an honor duel here. Whoa, I just gave him my booty. No. GG. Nice. Alright, you ready for a duel? I'll bow beforehand. Show my honorability. Oh! Oh, thank you so much. My lord. Nah, man. Let's do this. Pick up that sword. Go for a fight. Fight. No, I don't want no booty. Give me a fight. Oh, you with your halberd and your pride, your ego. We had everything, God damn it. I've been watching too much Breaking Bad. Oh, whoa. Alright, I'm a heal. Ooh. No. Now it is truly a 2-on-1. Now they're being really nice. Yeah, they're being really, really nice. They don't need to be this nice, I swear. I thought Mr. Blue would have come at me by now, but nope. I can't pull off the combo with my low amount of freaking Dang. Yeah, I'm telling you, they're being really, really nice. Whoa, there's another hunter? Yeah, he's not gonna be nice. GG, guys. They started just shooting at me all crazy. They realized they intruded on a person who was using everything they could. Yeah, no, I like to use this build to like have a little bit of everything, a little splash of everything. But yeah, it's fun. You know what I mean? I took out one of them. It was an honor duel, regardless. The vertegrace guy, big tanky dude, man. Took a few hits, but he went down eventually. They were hoping to gank. Yeah, yeah, eventually. I was expecting it. I was waiting for it eventually. But I had to really go in there more prepared than I should have. You know what I mean? Um, I did fully buff before I went into it with Big Boy. But once I softened up with this clean rot knight and his onion rings of doom, I'm like, yeah, no, that was my downfall. If I went in there aggressively like I usually do, I think I could have taken out the host at least the host. The hunter with the halberd, he had really good spacing. Like he had like if I bet I'm almost guaranteed that if we met at the Coliseum, he would have whooped my butt. But yeah, no, GG guys, GG. Clean right. I love the clean rot cosplay. Really nice. When I start a fight club, hey man, I'll be down. I'll be down. Probably off stream once I wrap things up here. But I'm down, man. Shoot me a message on PSN, and we'll try to set that up, man. I really appreciate it though. What would be a good spot for a fight club? That's a good question. I'm thinking about it. I remember a lot of back in the day, everybody used to use the Main Gate Academy as the fight club, the main back, as I'll call it, the back of the schoolyard. You know what I mean? Temple is nice. No, you're right. Temple of Raya. Temple of Raya. Where would that be? Raya Lucaria. Yeah, no, that would be a good spot. I also been thinking about like the snow areas. A lot of people, I don't feel like a lot of people have been using the snowy areas for like you know what I mean, like a fight club like esque area, or maybe even somewhere in the DLC would be pretty cool. This are good. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let's hope this next invasion goes a little bit more seamlessly for me. It was a lot of fun, I'll tell you that. All right, so we're making a lot of good progress as far as in the time of this stream and all that other whatnot. I'm not sure exactly how much longer I'm planning on putting into today's stream, but best believe that I still want to really plow my way through this next topic that's really been buzzing in my brain of mine. You know what I mean? Sorry for my phone autocorrects weirdly. No, you're good. You're good. I appreciate the comments, man. I don't care if you just send a bunch of gibberish. I will try to read it. I don't care if it says banana, bofana, banana. I'll still read that bananas. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. We got another invasion. Hopefully, I don't get blended to doom. All right, Limgrave invasion. Oh, the host is already done. Wait, the host is still alive? Oh, wow. No, they took out the invader that was here.
Hey.
I know they see me. I'm gonna see if I can fully buff before they get all the way towards me. But it's a team of two. At least, definitely that. Alright. Fawny Face Hunter and Nuri. Alright, let's see. Ready to go? Let's go! No, punish! Really, guy? Oh, God. Come on. Whoa. Nice fight. You ready, Mr. Host? I'm coming for you next. You're mine. Nuri. Nuri, you are really scary. With that great katana. Oh, we have another hunter joining. I'm gonna get ganked. You got this. Oh, GG! Nice fight. That was a good one. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Wanna duel my level 200, otherwise I'm solo beef. I'm solo being again. Nah, for sure, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, I'm down for a duel. I'm down for a duel. For sure. Like I said, this is probably pick up after the stream is over. We have one more piece of business to attend to, and this has been more like the primary focus in the back of my mind for what is this stream. There's a creator by the name of Paul Aden on YouTube, and he made a video called Soulsborne PvP, a culture of cope. And I really, really love what he had to say in this video. So I went out of my way to get the transcript of the video, and I'm going to read it, recite it, whatever you want to call it, while I'm still doing these invasions. Give or take, it'll probably be like another 30 minutes, maybe an hour to the stream, but we'll see. So, like I said, this is by Paul Aden, and the name of the video that I am transcripting vocally is called Soulsborne PvP, a culture of cope. So it starts off with, I have something unpleasant to say, but at first a question. If Eldenring bosses were to hit twice as hard, would you say that the game was twice as hard? Certainly it would be a less forgiving game for those who stack vigor, myself included, but I wouldn't say that the encounters would be any more difficult. The attack patterns, the telegraphing, the mechanics would all remain as they are. The only difference is that the bosses would do more damage, and for that reason, you die faster when you made a mistake, and I didn't really consider that to be an increase in difficulty, so much as an increase in consequences for Okay. Zader. Oh man, he's making a beeline for the freaking fog wall. And I see a little dragon friend over there. Don't fog with me, don't fog with me, don't fog with me. Ah, dishonest. How dare you. The difficulty remains the same overall, and in the case of low level runs, it really wouldn't change anything. Even attacks would have one-shotted you. Your character, anyways, will that related to some of what I wanted to talk about. All right, for sure. Yeah, no. But that's the thing. Like, an increase in difficulty doesn't mean that the boss hits you once and you die. It means that you just gotta work harder for knowing how to survive that hit and probably the next one. What I wanted to talk about today, all the footage you see in this video comes from my meta level invasion character. This character was specifically designed to be no fun for those cooperators to fight against. In the design, philosophy runs counter to the idea of skill expansion. In other words, I built this character to be as cancerous and as beep as possible, um, autopilot brain dead as possible, and I did it on purpose to prove a point. Um, that's a that's a poor. If you got good, does it mean it means nothing? No, but that's what I'm saying. If you get good in let's say hypothetically you give this game to a kid, right? Somebody who's barely turning 17. You know what I mean? And you tell them, all right, uh, here's a boss. I want you to win. More likely than not, they're probably not gonna know what the heck to do. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Yes, over. Oh my goodness gracious. What? Oh my god. They ain't gonna. Oh, that's a poor. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I did it to prove a point. So what? So what's that point? Meta invasions aren't any more difficult than low-level invasions. In some situations, low-level invasions are easier. For example, if you spent a significant time invading at low levels, you'll no doubt run into swink gankers. Hosts, if somebody has a rune arc at meta level, you can still one-shot them with any number of broken spells or Ash of War. Um, Weapons you should really do. So at low level, however, at rune arc, rationally overpowered your characters with gothic rune arcs actives, you have a few really powerful options that are unavailable to unmodded Elden Ring invaders. There we go. That's not for the invader. It's for the password summon. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. But this is more like speaking on behalf of like what how Elden Ring invaders um kind of equate into this this equation. You know what I mean? Basically, Gothric's Great Rune not only replaces or augments Radagon's Sword Shield, but also provides greater access to more powerful weaponry scaling and spells by means of its additions to the four casters. Caster stats that run by itself an average of 40 unscaled levels over an invader that is already up to 20 levels lower than the host. In order for an invader to deal with such a host, especially with while using a trick mirror theme build, there needs to be a tremendous skill or equipment gap. Add hunters and cooperators with bleed builds that will already with and that already do huge damage. Potential is multiplied. It may as well be meta level at that point. And we're talking the low level invasions right now. Meanwhile, meta level damage is so incredibly high that a properly built character is able to instantly kill the average host in a single attack, or extremely fast series of attacks, as you can see with the B-roll footage. He just jumped off. As soon as I came in here, he was gone. Don't leave me. That's what I'm telling you. Claws. well, frankly, overconfident morons. More than most of them just take it in the chin as they expect you'll die anyways. The usual counter agreement is that there are more tryhards on metal level, and I have to say that hasn't been my experience. Hmm, that's an interesting observation, honestly. I can hear them. I know they're there. I'm very aware of their presence. I'm not sure if they're very aware of mine, but I know they're there. Is this gonna be a successful fight? We'll have to find out. But if they're gonna be camping near the cave, maybe not. Yeah, let's see. The fact is that there are no rules. No! No! They just sniped me off of the bridge! Holy crap! Ask the NPC enemies what they feel. You're right about that one, I'll tell you that. Uh, well, they'll tell you though. As most of the NPCs, when you take them out, they have a little bit of line of dialogue to tell you how much of of a of a booty you are. You know what I mean? But that's them. You know what I mean? All right. Okay. Experience. While it is true that I encounter gankers and duelists at meta, I also encounter them at low levels, or at least I did before most of them blocked me or added me to their friends list. That's hilarious. It's a small community between 1 and 30. I put it mildly. But all that aside, I still get organic invasions at meta. Let's not pretend we're invading a team of Skilwo, Skilwaski or G9 with Hunter only waifu as backup at best. You're going to get some barely sentient gankers who haven't discovered how to use the truly broken beep. Especially, I don't remember how many times I died during this session, but I do know that each time it was due to a beep up on my part because of my opponent, and not because of my opponents were advanced, amazingly skilled players who took a break from the Colosseums. Now you might chalk that up to inexperience, but almost every session I've played for the last 18 months or so of Invasion started with an hour of meta level as homework, a way to rapidly get good because a single mistake often means death. In Okay, so yeah, do your homework, guys. Practice. If you want to get good at anything, practice even a little bit. Even if it's 5 minutes. Play Elden Ring offline for 5 minutes. You should have somewhat of a better understanding of what to do once you get into the PvP aspects of it. You know what I mean? Try Coliseum before you invade. Try invading before you do Coliseums. But whatever the case is, get a little bit of a brush up before you really start diving deep into the aspects of Elden Ring. If you're trying to get the full immersed experience out of it, and it's never gonna be truly one-sided or the other. I mean, it feels that way a lot of the time, but if you are at least competent to some degree and you can make a good level, I think you'll be all right. Oh my god. It's so dark down here. I have a feeling that I'll fall to my doom. Oh my god, it is super dark in here. Am I gonna make it to the host? I hear the music slightly in the background, so I have a feeling that I am going in the right direction. Still going towards the marker. Come on, come on. Give me the host. As a Dark Souls veteran, I can only say get good. Elden Ring is one-sided if it's 3 competent fighters. That's true. You don't. I think that is really the the crux of that argument, more or less. There's a lot more chance of you running into people who know what they're doing in Elden Ring than you would in Dark Souls. You know what I mean? Dark Souls, you have to like really train and get good to get that level of potential uh, toxicity out of your build. You know what I mean? Hey, hi, Mr. Hunter.
Hey!
Hi. Invade me harder. Alright, bye, guy. GG, guy. That was a good one. It's rare that I see a hunter spawn before me, but when I do, I try to take advantage. But you saw that I gave him somewhat of a benefit there, right? I didn't just blender him like I usually would. You know, I'm being nice. Well, at least think that I am. Dang. I think I gotta put on my lantern, because it is so dark in here, I can't see a dang thing. Ah, there he is. Oh, don't do that. Oh ho ho ho, nice one! Anime finish! Even if they know better, it was easier to win 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's true. It was a little bit more fairly balanced in Dark Souls than it was in Elden Ring. But I kind of feel like that's kind of the point. Elden Ring having such a hard balance between both invaders and hosts, and you know, a skill gap. As far as in like, oh well, I can just use an Ash of War and just plow through the whole fight. Like I get it. But at least with Elden Ring, the fact that you can do that means that we're all basically on the same level. The reason you lose most of the time isn't because of overconfident people, it's because you just made mistakes more often than not. Hi, Mr. Happy Birthday. Happy birthday if it is your birthday. Oh, dude. That was not cool. that I can't believe that worked. Whoa! I got your friend. It's not a happy birthday after all, I guess. Bye! Thank you, birdie. You're a good help. You're a good birdie. Yes, you are. Who's my good birdie? Okay. I think demonstrating uh okay, I'm reading Be Kind Rewind's comments, and it says, I think the demonizing invading, even after it being a choice you opt for, is a bit casual. Definitely. And that's another thing about Seamless that I've noticed. Apparently you can turn off invading. That rubbed me the wrong way. Not another comment from Beat Kind Rewind 2 says, not entirely true. I can be level 400 and join you as a summon, and the level 12s would invade you. Huh. Interesting. You know, that's the thing. Another thing too. It has to do, I think, with the the way FromSoft is handling the whole like invading mechanic system of the game. You know what I mean? What the heck? Are they already in there fighting Millennia? No. I hear something. Maybe they're above me. They're ditching it? They're ditching the invading aspects? No. I doubt it. With a game like Dust, oh, they are in there fighting Millennia already. Whoa, they're not. It doesn't look like they're doing too well against their two. Oh, well, there goes the Warlock. Warlock is gone. Uh, that's pretty funny. I still get credited for this, I guess. It's still a W. If Millennia manages to win, it's still a win for me, right? Um, with the game like Dustblood's coming out soon, it's hard for me to be convinced that they're ditching the whole um invasion aspect. And yeah, no, I watch Only Waifu. Only Waifu is awesome. She's I love the whole crew. Uh, um, I forgot her name already. There's Rani and Selen and all of the gang. You know what I mean? Bomba. Están bien locos. Hablan muchas cosas locuras. Elden Ring is the worst made PvP. I don't know. You should have. I'm pretty sure you were there in the early days of PvP. It just evolved. The balance has been all over the place. But there's a reason why Elden Ring got Game of the Year when it was out. You know what I mean? They were doing it before everybody else was doing it in the concept of actually getting really into those finer details. It makes me kind of. It's a great game, yeah, it really is. It makes me laugh because it's almost like the Bethesda thing where they're like, it's not a bug, it's a feature. You know what I mean? If I can dodge your attack because I just so happen to be ducking at the right time, that's hilarious. That is actually what we've been asking for. But when they made a bad game. They have made bad games. Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure every company at some point makes a few stinkers here and there. FromSoft has. I played FromSoft games before the Elden Ring series was actually. I mean Elden Ring. Souls games were actually a thing. What was the name of the? Damn, I'm forgetting this game. It's almost like Devil May Cry, but you summon like little summons to help you. Yeah, I forgot. Something Trigger or something. Not Chrono Trigger. Something else. But it's a FromSoft game, and it was awesome. I love that game. Kingsfield. Oh, you going all the way back then? Kingsfield? Oh my God, that's where you found the Moonlight Greatsword the first time I see. Dang, that was a blast from the past, man. Jesus Christ, the first-person view and everything, the blocky textures. Oh yes, give me that. That's basically what Dustblood is gonna be like. Whew. I've been hearing a lot of hot tea as far as Nintendo, but it's always funny. It just serves to make me laugh. It's always a good time. Um, okay, in that time, I've encountered a lot of duelists and ganks and organic players, and the handful of encounters that were either too difficult to overcome or I was completely outplayed were few and far between. All right. I can't bother with disc bloods. You mean Bloodborne 2? The vast majority of my losses were the result of my own failings, or sometimes the many knowledge checks in Elden Ring throws at you. Um, but those problems are corrected by improving at the game or learning more now that I understand the game. I lose maybe one or out of 10 or 2 out of 10 invasions, and that's not because I'm good. I'm not, but because I built my character to win instead of trying to make a grand display of skill or honor or fashion. And there is the crucial failure of so many invaders. Woof. Console locked, optimized. I feel you, man. I feel you. The Dustblood is gonna be an interesting thing when it finally comes out. I'm definitely gonna feel it in the world of Elden Ring. Half, if not all, of the invaders that you see in Elden Ring right now are gonna transfer their butts to Dustbloods. Best believe. Only waifu, Dustbloods. But that's only a prediction that I can make right now with very little information. Foot of the Jagged Peak. Oh. So we're so far down here. Oh, okay. Hi.
Hey!
Hey. I'm trying to be nice. Don't give me that. That's not cool. Dark Taylor! Prepare for total misery. GG, my lord. Oh, wow. It's funny, I thought he would have at least had a backup, but I guess he was Tanjitub. Good fight, man. And some good moves. A little bit panic rolly, but it was not bad. OTOFC. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. We're a little bit past the halfway points as far as in the transcript, so bear with me. Almost there, guys. Probably by the 2-hour mark of this stream is when we're calling it. The disappointing fact is that there are a lot of scrubs in the Soulsborne community, including invaders. But I started invading. Before I started invading, I played fighting games. And if you were never playing them, let me give you some context. Fighting games began in the arcades, and every match cost real money. Cost differed by region, but where I grew up, it up to it was 25 cents every time you lost. That comes out to be 59 cents today, which isn't a lot, but the consequence of that cost and the speed at which a match was settled usually meant that new players might spend the equivalent of $46 an hour to learn to play the game against what today would be called sweats or tryhards. Could you imagine the outpouring rage if Michael Zaki charged you $45 to get your butt kicked by a veteran invader for an hour? It's completely unthinkable. And that is the reason all the coping, the excuses that scrubs do in Elden Ring is so goddamn pathetic. It costs y'all nothing but time to get good. But your weak mentality and half-formed ideas of honor have made you believe that any of this bleep matters. There's nothing to Elden Ring beyond being a hobby. Nothing you care about. If you care about winning, then play it to win. If you don't, then at least accept that you're probably gonna lose to people who either choose who to people who do either choice would absolve you of being a scrub, but so many players on both the cooperator side and invader side seem to believe that they are somehow owed a win. Woof. He's just mandling. No. But he does have a good point. I really do resonate with what he has to say. That they're somehow owed a win. I don't know because they're the main character. I guess Jard of Core A Gaming expressed the mentality in his Shorb Lord's prayer. The consoles weren't working, and if you were playing dishonorably, And if you weren't, you were playing without skill. And if you were not fun to play that way, and if it is you only care about winning, the state of mind is everywhere, but it's only when it comes to from invaders that I find it truly repulsive. Oh my goodness, dang! I wanted this invasion to go through, but I guess not. It makes some of uh, he he's contradicting himself. Honestly, he's making a good point. These guys need to shut up and stop making excuses when they get destroyed in Elden Ring. Look, if you're a content creator who makes nothing but content, nothing, who makes the bulk of their content on just being, how do I say, like what I'm doing right now, right? Invading and kind of ruining people's day. I would look like a clown if you seen me over here losing my shit every single time I get ganked on by a team of three. Because there's no point in me getting too angry. You know what I mean? It's just about enjoying the time and enjoying what you're doing with your time. You know what I mean? He has the point, but he is venting. Oh no, definitely. That's actually one of the reasons why I actually really resonate with Paul Aden and Emotional John. Emotional John has more of a how do I say, a very nuanced way of going about it, but Paul Aden really does have a way of summing up emotions in a way that makes more of a stream. It's provocative. You know what I mean? Repulsive. It makes sense from co-op players who never wanted to fight in the first place. I expect it from the shitty duelists with all their sad, made up rules, and it's basically a requirement to be a ganker, but from invaders, from the same people who claim to need a higher challenge. Really? For all the talk of telling casuals to get good, there's a whole lot of coping from unstable PvPers. Do better and don't, or don't, I guess. I beep. It be a scrub and stop being a scrub yourself your whole life. Hmm. So I guess if I had to put it in words, if I had to like take a guess. Yeah, but it's slander to use, and it's all opinion. Yeah, no, you know what? It is to an extent. It all depends where these feelings are originating from. You know what I mean? Because let's put it into context. I had to be putting my experience out there. Um, Sometimes on my downtime, I like to stream snipe. And what that kind of, if you guys don't know what snipe means, I watch other streamers while they're playing their game, their Elden Ring, and I just to see what happens. I'll put in the comment section, hey, 1v1, let's go, right? And you'll be surprised. A lot of these people will pull up, allow the challenge to go through without too much of an animosity. But but I will tell you something. I've ran into the occasional Elden Ring or Souls player who doesn't know how to lose properly. You know what I mean? Um, and that's where it's like, dude, we're all in the same. We're on the same boat right here. There's sometimes we're gonna win. There's gonna be sometimes when you lose. You know what I mean? But when you lose, and you're right here. You're right here. Okay, you're right here with me. You see this? You and me, we are right here together. You know what I mean? And if I, right here in this back and forth communication thing that we're doing here, starts going bananas, you know what I mean? And saying that all these guys are cheating or whatever, unsportsmanlike conduct. Thank you, exactly. You know what I mean? Raffy rough. That if you know, you know. Um, Creators like Raffy Ruff, they don't really have a sense of reality when it comes to gaming, and it's almost like the kind of Sometimes when I'm clipping my content and I find myself across an invasion that's not so appealing to myself, I get ganked, I get destroyed, they teabag me, they throw a bunch of poop pots, whatever have you, right? Um, it doesn't make me think, oh, I feel so bad or whatever. It's more like I'm glad to know that they felt the need to express themselves to that degree. You know what I mean? And then I think about the like what how would they receive a loss on their end? You know what I mean? Because I've seen uh I haven't really run across too many invader create uh content creators for Elden Ring. Most of the time of the Elden Ring live content creators that I've seen is mostly them in their own world being hosts and hosting fight clubs to some degree, or doing some level of co-op or solo. It's very rare for me to see content creators doing actual invasion content like what I'm doing right now. I feel like I'm probably one of the only people doing it the way that I'm doing it right now. I do like to shout out other creators that are doing it doing it right now, and they're doing it way better. It's not a thing anymore. Yeah, no, I feel you. For example, here's a shout out to those creators that I do like that are still doing invasions for Elden Ring. Lost my insanity. Shout out to him on YouTube. Only waifu. She's still around doing her thing. Um, Chase the Bro. Chase the Bro is always top tier for me. You know what I mean? He's literally my yoink when it comes to what I'm doing. But his stuff is a lot more like skill based. I would love to get to that level of synchronicity when it comes to my battling in Elden Ring. But I still gotta work to get there. You know what I mean? But yeah, PV invasions are still gonna be a thing as long as Elden Ring has open servers and people are still playing co-op to whatever degree. There's always gonna be invaders. Maybe less than there were before, but there's always gonna be invaders. And best believe I'm gonna be one of them. Okay. I was there in the days of Dark Souls 1 through 3. I was there in the days of Demon Souls, a little bit towards the end. But as long as there's an invasion feature in any of the FromSoft games, you're going to have invaders. But I kind of, but what I'm referring to, what I'm trying to pick at specifically, is the mindset of those people who are still doing that as a means of content. Come at it with a more positive outlook and try not to look at it as the game is just play. It's designed to go against me. You know what I mean? All right. Tier Hannibal. Okay. We're here. It seems like they might be here, but I don't think they're in the... Where are they? Hmm. They're here somewhere. They're here somewhere. Oh. In a little hidey hole. Hi. Ooh. Yeah, I was trying to pop your bubble. Should have done that a little bit more earlier. Are you really on your own? Conscious tongue. Why do you need any backup, right? When you can just summon the hunter. Don't frog wall me, buddy. Yep. Oh my god. That was terrible. We got another invader coming through. If only I lived a little longer, it would have been a 2v2. Oh, that was a terrible invasion. That was absolutely horrible. I'll throw a knife with a pop that. Yeah, no, I was trying to use my fan dagger. But unfortunately, he had some really good dodges at that moment. So yeah, I really it was just a matter of me not doing too good this time. Oh well, it's on me. It's always gonna be on me. Whenever I lose, it's on me. But that's good because whenever I win, that's on me. Which is really what I rather shoot for. I rather win than lose, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Fan daggers are slower. Yeah, they are. Look, actually, they're actually pretty fast, and I like that the fact that they have a little bit more of a like spaced out attack pattern. But at the same time, it's like it's only useful for popping the bubble. You feel me? Outside of that, you find yourself just like, what the heck, right? All right. Well, we've done a good, significant amount of invasions. I finished up most of the topics that I need to get out there. So, join me in the Colosseums, one of the most toxic places in Elden Ring. I'm just talking it up now. That's not totally true. All right, it was a lot faster than I had thought. And I say maybe toxic because I'm usually the one being the toxic one, by the way. I'm probably gonna do like a duel or two, not too many. Hey,
Hey!
I like the verdigris. I like. I'm gonna guess this is a strength build. You got some good dodge rolls there. Yo, he got the bow and arrow. Oh, dude, that thing can still smack me pretty good. No freaking way. Oh, dude. Totally outskilled. Yep, you got me, bro. He totally got me. Oh my god. A toxic place I never lose. Never? Never say never. You know what to say. Freaking A. I gotta tell you, sometimes I don't know what to expect. Like a box of chocolates, you know what I mean? You never run. I'm not gonna say never, but it's rare for me to run into a Kevin in Coliseums. It's been known to happen though, but like somebody just spamming blasphemous blame takes me or something like that. No. See what I mean by toxic? Just start off. I don't do no bows. I'll bow when I'm dead. Ah! Dang! Ooh. Don't give me too much space. I will make you regret it. Yep. Just come at me. Just come at me at this point. GG guy. I like your build. But you gotta be a lot more aggressive if you're gonna stay on top of the match, man. Always stabbed. There's always the same humans to try, though. Yeah, I got him. It took a little bit of strategizing, but I got him. You know, I gotta tell you, when I achieve a victory in a match where I felt the need to heal, it doesn't feel the greatest, but I still get that W. You know what I mean? I don't mind picking it up. But at the same time, I've healed in the match where my opponent is just falls to pieces afterwards. They're like, "Oh, this is so not fair." Stop running! Ooh, you got some really good dodge rolls there. Hmm. Hmm. Whoa. Okay. Damn. That hurt my feelings. Yeah, yeah. Point down all you want. GG. But yeah, rules and consequences. Yeah, it'd be like that, man. I'm telling you. And this is what I mean by toxicity. Toxicity, toxicity, toxicity. Yeah, no, he knew of my whip. I've been rummaging through these ruins of PV of the Colosseum a lot lately, so I'm pretty sure people are some more than aware of my style. You know what I mean? I'm that roomy guy. I'm the guy who always brings that to the party. Hello. Don't mind me being a jerk. A full Crucible Knight cosplay, huh? Okay. I'm gonna take you seriously, buddy. And by seriously, I mean I'm gonna be a serious pain in the butt. Oh, and I just realized why I'm getting my butt kicked. I forgot to switch out my talismans properly. Oh well. Could I take him out with just the fan daggers? I wonder. Haha! GG! I got him! I can't believe I took him out with just the fan daggers. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Oh, my goodness. Okay, now I'm gonna set up my stuff properly. For one, I don't need this. Next, I'll put on my string, my lightning string, and my spell-proof pickled liver. And I think that with that should be good. I'm gonna keep my sword of night, but maybe I should switch that back out for something else, like the clean rot night sword or something like that. I don't know. Whoa, freaking Potter! I swear to God, those god dang Pottas. As soon as I see them whip it out, I'm like, oh God, no. DZ, GG guy. Woof. I gotta get better at my hot swaps though. Claws of Night are fun, but it's not getting the job done as far as what I'm trying to do. So with that being said, welcome back into the fold, my great katana. Can I make people miserable with just the great katana? We'll have to find out right now. Okay. A little bit lower on the poise, but it is what it is. Alright. Let's give people a hard time. They'll probably give it another match or two. Let's see how it goes.
Hey!
Ah, he has a dual setup, huh? He has a good spacing, yeah. Oh, Bloodhound step? Nah, come on. A lot of Bloodhound step lately. Bloodhound step and rot grease. Go ahead. Oh, I still didn't switch out my talismans again. Yeah, I'll just spam endure just to assert my dominance. You can go ahead. This is, yeah. Mm-hmm. And could have out damaged me. Almost. Yeah, man. I mean, come on. Oh, he almost got me there. Oh, he got me. GG. Just when I thought I had him for a whole minute. Dang. Yeah, you earned that point then, man. Good job. Good job. No, it wasn't that fast. It took you a little longer than that. He got some really good bloodhound step dodges. I'll give you that. You know what I mean? Let's see. Probably one more duel, just to see. I want to end it on a W, hopefully. Oh, but by the looks of today's matchmaking, it's gonna be hard to get that W. Gotta work for it. All right, here we go. Let's see how this goes. Gronk. No. None of that. We're not doing that shit today. Can you parry Stormblade? No. Jesus. Oh, GG. That was tense. Woof. Jesus Christ, those kung fu moves have me scared. No lie. Woo! Alright. Good game, everybody. It's been a lot of fun. We'll be doing this again very, very soon. But with that, I'm gonna leave you guys. And goodbye. Goodbye!